Hey guys, how you doing? This is Raymond Stewart Trains 98, and today we're going to take a look at the brand new Atlas U36B. Comes in Seaboard Coastline and Auto Train, and there are a few undecorateds that they produced as well. Okay guys, I'm going to actually show you the locomotive, how it comes from Atlas. It comes in a protective sleeve here, and then you open it up as normal, and this is what it looks like when you open it up. And then you take this, and then on the bottom side it's got your user's manual, it's got your directions, and then the locomotive, it comes out of this sleeve, and then this top comes off, and then there's two screws down there in the bottom, in the middle, that holds the locomotive in place. As far as the packaging, and I would give this an absolute 10 on the packaging, because the way it's packaged, it does not allow the locomotive to shift and move around during transit from the factory. And I'm going to take it out of the box. All you need is a Phillips head screwdriver to remove the screws. Okay, I'm going to do this here so you can see the process. So it's just very simple. You want to make sure you have a good handhold on the locomotive, preferably probably by the fuel tank, so that way you when it comes loose, you don't drop it or anything. You just kind of pick it up out of here. Let's take this back cover off. Okay, still need to loosen the screws a hair bit. There we go. And also to note that the inside of this has like a little track that the wheels sit in. It's hard to see on the video. There we go. But it's really great packaging, probably some of the best I've ever seen. And on the back here, it gives you two plugs that you can put into the bottom of the fuel tank if you so desire, to cover up those screw holes. And please excuse the mess. I am in the process of building my HO layout, and we're going to crank it up and see how it sounds. Okay guys, before I start the locomotive up, just let you know that it comes in several different road numbers. It comes in 1799, 1816, 1831, and also of course the 1776 in the bicentennial paint scheme. Alright, going to go ahead and start it up here. And these engines equipped from GE had the FLD 16 prime movers in them. Bell. Horn. And coupler sounds. And let's see here, let's check the manual to see what other sounds it has. Okay, so the sounds, F1 is the bell, F2 is the horn, F3 is the coupler clank sounds that alternate, F4 is diesel sounds, or excuse me, diesel fans, F5 is dynamic brake, F6 is optional ditch lights, which these units never received ditch lights because they were retired in the mid to late 80s. and I think maybe a handful into the 90s survived. F7 switching mode, F8 audio mute, startup, shutdown, F9 manual notching up, F10 manual notching down, F12 dims the headlight, F14 it says does talking defect detector sounds, F15 cab radio communications, F16 rail clank, F17 brake set release, F18 sanding valve, F19 short air let off, F20 air compressors, and F21 is pop valve sounds. I haven't tested those to see that they all work. Let's try some of those, see if we can get any of them to work. Let's see here. That's supposed to be the cab radio, but it doesn't sound like anything's working other than the spitters for the air. Let's try a different one. So apparently I'm not getting it to work, but if you have one and you play around with it long enough, you can get it to work. So let's try running the locomotive. As you can see there, the number boards illuminate with the headlight. It's a good smooth runner, which is to be expected out of an Atlas product. Okay. Okay guys, well, runs really nice. I'm going to take this minute to point out some details to you about the locomotive. Okay guys, some of the details on this locomotive include a whip radio antenna, which is located right here. Up here we have a 5-chime air horn. These were trade-ins. These were bought with trade-ins to GE, so they have the Blomberg EMD style trucks, which came from F units or early GP7s and 9s. On the front we have MU hoses, coupler lift bar here. Turn it so you can see it. Has windshield wipers. This would actually be headlight, I believe, if I remember correctly, and these up here would be a Mars light, or it could be vice versa. Has class lights here and here, which do not illuminate, but could be, if you're into LEDs and doing electronic work, I'm sure that you could make that work. On the engineer side here, there's a brake wheel here. It's kind of hard to see. Has the bell and air tanks here. This tube here is where the brake chain came down from the brake wheel and attached to the piston there. You could add that in as a modeler part if you choose to do so. Looking at the back here, it has separately applied grab irons on the left side of the locomotive. MU hoses on both sides of the coupler. It has a train line air hose right here, and again it has a coupler lift bar. Has a drop step that goes up and down, so you can set that as you wish. And then again the headlight number boards, and then the marker lights here, or classification lights, whichever you want to call them. And then on the conductor side of the locomotive, where we started from, has the builder's plate right there, and the purchase and bank trust identification plate, which was common to a lot of the Seaboard Coastline equipment, right here. And that's about it. And it also, I've noticed that on the top of the locomotive, it looks really nice. I do believe that there should be a grab iron in this location here. Not for sure, I'd have to check prototype photos, but the lift hooks, they're pretty well modeled as well. Got several. You got 2 on this compartment, 2 on this compartment, and 1 here, and then 1 here, here, and here, which are very well done, and they do show very well. The lettering, the paint is crisp. I'm pretty sure with the standard quality of an Atlas locomotive that you could read all the fine print with magnification. So I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay guys, well, I'm very well impressed with the new Atlas U36B. If you're a Seaboard Coastline modeler of the 70s, 80s, and early Seaboard system, it's or family lines eras, it's a definite must-have model. This model I actually borrowed from Robert at swifttrains.com, and the few remaining that he has, they sell for about $200 with sound and DCC. If you can find them, you know, good luck. They didn't, like I said, they only did Seaboard Coastline and Auto Train because they were the only 2 primary people that had them, or railroads that had them actually. So it's a great locomotive. It looks good, sounds good. I didn't test the pulling ability because I only have, you know, about 7-8 feet of track laid, well, put in place for this video. So as I progressed and, you know, start doing some pulling, I'd be willing to say on flat level track it'd probably pull a good 20-something cars without any problems, because, you know, as we're all familiar with Atlas locomotives. So that's about it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Keep an eye on the track for the green signals.